to the O'Brien Icehouse for Game 2 of the weekend between the Melbourne Ice and the Brisbane Lightning. It was an action-packed game yesterday with Melbourne taking it out 5-1, and today should not disappoint. I think it's going to be an even better clash today with Brisbane looking for redemption. Let's have a look at yesterday's point scorers. We'll start off with Brisbane. They managed a few shots on net, but not enough to where they would want to be. Their point scorers for the game, Lindsay Clinic had the assist, and Adam Marie Fitzgerald with the goal, the import position. She was fantastic yesterday all over the ice, and there was a fantastic assist from Clinic coming on the left-hand side and finding Fitzgerald in the middle to be able to put that one home. And in terms of Kayla Arthur, was fantastic in goals yesterday for the Brisbane Lightning. She was excellent in terms of her saves. Had the 5 goals against, but a 41 saver. Now, regardless of those goals going in, if you go into any game with a 41 saver, you've got to be happy with that. Her save percentage was 89-1. Katie Meyer, however, will get the start today for the Brisbane Lightning. She's had a fantastic season herself, and we know how much quality Katie Meyer is. Her season this year has been absolutely fantastic to start. Obviously, they stretched Perth. They had 2 losses there, 1 in regulation and 1 in overtime. So they'll be looking to get something on the board for them today. So Brisbane Lightning today, it's all about redemption. They want to get more shots on net. They didn't manage a lot. Melbourne's defence was absolutely fantastic, the way that they were able to win the puck back in the neutral zone and continue to press into their attacking zone. Made it really tough for Brisbane. They are short-handed a few of the key and quality players out of the lineup this weekend. However, I think they'll be better for the run. So they've only played the 2 games coming into this season, where Melbourne, they've had an action-packed weekend. An action-packed start to the season, I should say. They played over in Adelaide, and then they had the long road trip over in Perth, which has made it super tough for them in terms of their preparation. Now, it's not official yet, but we believe that Michaela Pearce, who's on screen now, best is starting. We have now that confirmed. The word just came through. Fantastic. Michaela Pearce did a great job yesterday. He was on camera at the moment. Only the 16 saves, letting the 1 goal in, a 93.8 save percentage, which is absolutely fantastic. But Best will get the role today between the pipes. But for Melbourne yesterday, it was all class. It was all class and quality, and that is why they're on top of the table. Let's have a look at the AW table for this season so far. We see Melbourne Ice firmly on top. The Inferno, they're playing the Sydney Sirens in their series this afternoon. That game should be a fantastic one. Big game for the Inferno, because if they win that, they can join Melbourne firmly on top of that ladder. Melbourne will want to win here to make sure they cement their spot. Adelaide Rush in 4th position, and the Brisbane Lightning, well, they need a win. They need some points on the board to be able to stay in touch with the rest of the competition. And of course, over the other page, our Melbourne Ducks getting better on week. They were close in their opening round game, but then they had a really tough one against Sydney, who are on fire at the moment. So they've played some really, really good opponents. But for the Brisbane Lightning, it can get easier from here. I think they've played probably the 2 best teams in the competition in Perth and Melbourne at the moment, based on their ladder positions and form in this season. But as we know with the AW, it can be anyone's game on any moment. It all comes down to how they line up. Both teams now getting in position on the blue line. We'll have our puck drop, our national anthems. So it'll be a quick, short break for me, but stay tuned as we get through all the formalities and get our teeth stuck into this one.
Blue Line will do acknowledgement to country. We're very lucky here in the city of Melbourne that we gather in Australia's premier ice hockey facility, O'Brien Icehouse, which is built on the lands of the Bunurong and Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and we pay our respects to elders past and present. We also acknowledge any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders joining us today. And if you're able, could you please stand and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Fantastic stuff, and our officials today in the middle, ready to rock and roll. Jeff Klink will be our head referee, and our lines people, Josh Page and Norman Yang, will have the duties for the guys in the Zebras. Now, it should be a fantastic game. Lightning, we know what they need to do. They need to get a W to get their season rocking and rolling. They've had a tight two games against Perth and a big one yesterday against here in Melbourne. So they'll be coming out firing. We know that they play a fast, physical brand of hockey, so it's what we can expect today. And I'll tell you what, and for Melbourne, well, they've just got to continue on their winning ways, put a lot of pressure on their net, continue to score, and that'll be their pathway to victory today. I was talking with Coach Drew at the end of the game yesterday. He thought for the amount of shots that they had, they probably left some scores out there on the ice, so they'll be looking to convert at a much higher rate today. But Brisbane, we know how good they can be on their day. Defensively, at times they were brilliant yesterday, but it's all going to come down to how well Melbourne can fight again today. So a brilliant matchup. We're ready to rock and roll. It all comes down to the next 60 minutes of play. We'll get ascendancy in this one. Teams make their way to their benches. The first lines move to the middle of the rink. Who will it be today? Will it be the girls from Melbourne? Girls from Brisbane? For Melbourne, their starting lineup looks to be Anderson, Davis-Tote, St. Amar, Mayer and Jackwitz. So an interesting opening line. It's one that got a lot of time yesterday in terms of into that #1 spot. For Brisbane, Kalambokis, Fitzgerald, Dixon, Fisher and Clinic will be your starters. Of course, Katie Meyer in goal. And Best in goal for Melbourne. Brisbane already in their defensive zone early in this one. Melbourne looking to press. They'll try and work that one out of the corner here. Davis-Tote and Dixon in a battle with Fitzgerald in there, trying to get it out. Eventually it does. Anderson tracks the puck now behind the net. Centering pass was good, but didn't quite connect. Clinic looking to push now on the right-hand side. Has pace. This is the Brisbane brand of hockey we come to love. Glove save early by Best. A beautiful save. Talked about Best earlier this season. Let's have a look at some of her numbers for the year. She's been absolutely fantastic between the pipes for Melbourne and a proven goalie. Flicked over the top. Julian on the right-hand side, just centering that one. Godfrey tried to advance the puck but couldn't. Brown now for Brisbane, sends that one in deep. Dutton's there in defence for Melbourne. Just puts that one to centre ice. Costa picks it up cleanly. Advances the puck there, tried to find Mahoney and Brown. Comes ricocheting out. Costa again to Kelly. Kelly sends it long. Puck kept alive by Best. Dutton looking to clear it. Brisbane change their line. Kalambokis fresh on their shift, coming off, collecting the puck. Here's Carlisle. Carlisle banging that off the board. Raimundo now picking it up. Melbourne changed their personnel. Danielle Butler on for the first time. Gets a touch early. St. Omar flicks that one. A great little pass to Butler. Couldn't quite control it. St. Omar to Raimundo, who has to fetch. Does. Uses the board well. Gemesis, who was voted MVP by her teammates yesterday. St. Omar went that one forward. Here's Butler. Trying. Fitzgerald. Good pressure. Great physicality from Fitzgerald to win the puck back for Brisbane. Carlisle flicking that forward. Butler in the neutral zone. Now stalking the attack. Butler's got plenty of room here. Dangles around one. Butler tries to slide it home, but a great save by Meyer. Brilliant hockey early. Genesis there for Melbourne, trying to work that one forward. Crompton, who was fantastic, sent it forward but couldn't quite get onto it. Butler has some room again. Butler has to go alone in this one as Melbourne change their personnel. Butler holds on to the puck long enough for the troops to arrive. Still into the corner. Costa doing a great job defensively. Flicks that one. Anderson couldn't quite get that on the end of the tape. Clinic picks it up and looks to get it out of defence. Clinic finds Fisher. Fisher advancing the puck. This looks good for Brisbane. I'm liking their endeavour, their attack in this game day. Shot saved. They dig for it on the crease. Melbourne have to clear the house. They do just that. Marnie Pullen, he was fantastic yesterday, had a goal and assist. The puck found its way over the boards. And we'll get a restart in play. So have a look at some of this work from Danielle Butler on the replay. Her dangles were brilliant, but Katie Meyer, just to get enough glove on that was fantastic. And then Best down the other end doing some brilliant work as well with a save. Both goaltenders have to get into this one early. The juxtaposition to yesterday's game where it was all played in the middle of the rink, but today, both goaltenders getting hot early. Brisbane lead the shot count at the moment, 3-1. That's healthy for them based on yesterday's game where they only managed the 15 shots. Here's Anderson, sends that one forward. Jusimovic tried to run onto that, couldn't. Davis-Tote. Back to Jusimovic, finds Davis-Tote with the pass. Then again, that was creative. Anderson has to chase it here. Brisbane under pressure. They handle it well though. Julian looking to press, ended up with it. But then lost it. Right to the neutral zone, right in front of the broadcast position. Fishing that one out, Julian. Kellen Bockus picks it up for the Lightning. Godfrey keeps it ahead of the blue line for Melbourne. Kelly, Crompton had to just clear it out of there. Honey Pullen will get across and handle the puck, using her teammate well. Good pass. Julian put it back into the middle. Good forecheck there from Clinic. But then the puck goes the other way. Here's Julian in a dangerous position on the left-hand side. Has some help. A brilliant feed inboard. Great save by Meyer, who was under pressure there. Andy Meyer already putting her stamp on the game and doing a great job between the pipes. Fitzgerald fresh off the bench, trying to handle the puck. Julian had to contend with her. Pullen trying to stop it as well. It finally comes out. Fisher has it now on the right-hand side. Great centering pass into the slot. Fisher with the rebound. Best is under pressure. Dealt with it well. Cochran, the captain, picks it up. Gets it to Butler, who now rushes into the attacking zone. On the half wall now, looking for something in the middle. Holding on to it. Now behind the net. Stalks the net, looking for that wraparound opportunity. And we have a whistle, and it's going to come back. And I believe the goal has come off its mooring, and it has. And again, a fantastic showing from both of these goaltenders. This one earlier from Julian. Look at that centering pass there. That was fantastic. And for Meyer to handle that under pressure is unbelievable. And then we go the other way. And then it was Best's turn to get involved. And we see a great save there and a follow-up in Melbourne. Clear the house. Beautiful hockey already early. And we're only a few minutes into this clash. Let's have a look at that shot count, though. Very promising signs for Brisbane. And the 5 shots to 2. So officials just over here at the Melbourne bench at the moment. I think they're just fixing both goals, making sure they're both on, but I might reset the mooring here. They're bringing out some more pegs. So we might just have a momentary pause in play, but brilliant start to this one nonetheless. Both teams playing well. See our officials out there. Pegs in, but making sure everything's all hunky-dory before we get things back underway. In terms of improvement from yesterday, I really feel Brisbane come out and playing a much more attacking brand. Put Melbourne defence under pressure early. Here we go, they win the draw. To get that one going forward. Mahoney was onside, now it's a one-on-one. Mahoney, no! Just went by. Best did just enough to negate that one. It was a golden opportunity for the Lightning. Mahoney just peeled out the back there, managed to stay on side. It was a thing of beauty. But here comes Butler the other way. Brown did really well to get a stick in there. Mahoney looking to go forward. Melbourne spreading the ice here nicely. Put that one in deep. They win it back here. Brisbane looking to come out of defence. Great work here, Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, the speedster, gets around one. Fitzgerald just couldn't quite get the touch at the end. Hey, Fitzgerald moves. You can really tell it's that North American style, real aggressive. Shots are fantastic. And again, under pressure here in a 2-on-1, Fitzgerald. Cleared away. Anderson. Send that forward for Melbourne. Puck into the middle. Only Pullen just lost track of it there for a moment. Calm presence on the puck. This Melbourne team as they pass it out of defence. Anderson, Davis Tope comes in to lend a hand. Now Anderson again, they'll go back. Great pressure from Brisbane. This is something that I thought they lacked a little yesterday. Marnie Pullen decides to go the aerial route just to get it out of there. So again, Brisbane passing the test. I like this. This is good aggressive hockey from them. Hopefully this results into more shots on net and more hitting the back. Here's Fisher. Tried to get that centering pass, but it was blocked. Raimundo tried to get it out of there. Fisher tried to keep it ahead of the blue line, but just couldn't in the end. Into the middle now. Julian trying to get the loose puck. Wins out in the end. We've got a whistle. We're going to see our first penalty of the game. Power play time here. So Tara Baker will spend 2 minutes in the box. Let's take a look at this. So Baker in the box for 2. Power play time here for Brisbane. Who's out on the draw on that occasion? Clinic now. Sends that one low. So Tara Baker's penalty was for interference as Fitzgerald fires that one on net. Back to Fitzgerald again. Great pass from Fitzgerald. Crompton couldn't quite get it on the one-timer. Mahoney helping it behind the net. Here's Carlisle. Back to Mahoney. Mahoney fires and saved by Best. Great work here from Brisbane. Let's have a look at this on the replay. A shot from distance. Good regulation save in the end from Best. I can't help but point out that shot count again. It's really healthy for Brisbane here. 7-2. Total opposite of yesterday's game. Anderson tries to get onto this one. Can Melbourne cause some havoc short-handed here? Davis Tope is there for Anderson in support of the blue line if she needs it, but Melbourne just happy to keep it out of their defensive zone as long as possible. 1 minute left in the power play here for Brisbane. They would love a goal here. Look at Fitzgerald go down the right-hand side. Was finally stopped in the end, but it was a brilliant drive. Brisbane in the neutral zone. Just setting up Kalambokis now. Brisbane changed their personnel. 40 seconds left. They'll look to load up in these last 40 seconds. Mahoney waiting. Julian just stalking, looking for the forecheck, applying the pressure. A lot of seconds wasted here for Brisbane, but valuable in their setup. Now they work it out of defence. St. Omar now stopped it in its tracks. Julian has it. Julian can try and get a shot on, but it was great work by Kalambokis to come across and stop it. Here's Mahoney, last 10 seconds of the power play. That one sent forward, kicked away by Julian. Kellen Bockish just has to set it in deep. Shana Godfrey for Melbourne will pick it up. We're back to even numbers on the ice now. Melbourne happy to dump that puck. It's going to come back. The icing. So a completely different tactic from Brisbane today. Their attacking has been fantastic. Fisher. This is the brand of hockey that they played last season, which earned them the spot in the grand final. Costa sent that in deep. Centering pass wasn't quite there. Julian picks it up now in the middle of the ice, looking for room. There's a collision there, but tough work. Jack Woods battles away. Fitzgerald and Julian in a tangle. Offside is the call. Melbourne changed their line. Butler, Jusimovic, Cochran pulling. All on. Butler trying to win the draw there. Trigliunas with it now, send it forward. All the way back here for icing, so handy work for Brisbane here as they'll get it in their attacking zone. Pick the right-hand circle. Opted for the draw. Mahoney now. Compton tried. Pulling behind the net now. Has it and looks to skate it out of defence. Great pass to find Butler. Tough for Butler to control in the end. Had the boards to contend with. Mahoney using the pace. Banked that one off the window. Pulling. Great pass to find Butler at centre ice. Butler pressing forward. Carlisle stopped her in the tracks. Brilliant work from Butler. Costa. Nice went forward. Meyer happy to keep that one alive. It's in a dangerous position though. Butler managed to just get that out of there. Fitzgerald on the outer side. Here's Costa. Anderson now. On the right, trying to flick it forward. Well, we have a whistle. Looks like it's going to be a penalty here as Fitzgerald will head to the penalty box. Just off camera, didn't quite see it. We'll maybe be able to get a good look at that on the replay. Looking for Fitzgerald here in the 25 kit. Up quickly there on the replay, but foul play time for Melbourne nonetheless. Godfrey to St. Amar. St. Amar tried for that one. Anderson underneath in the Ice Hockey Victoria power play. Anderson now. Shot on net, Meyer having to save that. They're all there. They dig for it on the crease. Minute 37 left in the Ice Hockey Victoria power play. Melbourne this season, one of their strengths has been their power play. See if they can convert on this opportunity. Just ahead of the blue line, Mahoney was nearly off to the races there. Godfrey found Julian in the pass, who shoots from an acute angle. It was a good save. Cody Meyer's been fantastic in the net. Arthur did a great job yesterday, but you feel with Meyer in net, it's just giving him a little bit more stability with this Melbourne attack. Ability to jump on that puck and stop it with a chance of the rebound is quite handy. A few of Melbourne's goals yesterday were on the back of some loose pucks coming off the initial save. Here's pulling at the blue line. Great fight here from Brisbane as they clear that one away. A minute left in the Ice Hockey Victoria power play. Julian now on the right-hand side. Gets it across to Anderson, but deflected in the end. Davis Tope cleans that one up. They'll get to reload again. Pulling here out to Anderson on the left-hand side. Looking for that centering pass. Just caught in its traps behind the net. Brilliant work by the Brisbane defence here, but Melbourne just keeping that in their attacking zone. A lot of pressure here. Cochrane to Pullen. He was looking there for Davis Tope, who was heading to the bench. Here's Julian in the corner. Brisbane looking to clear that away again, but Melbourne stopping it. Butler fires, a good save by Meyer. Great movement there from Meyer to get across to stop that one. Fitzgerald alone here in the attacking zone. Fitzgerald tried to get Mahoney with the pass. We're back to even numbers here. Fitzgerald at the half wall. Fires the shot away, but it's wide and left. Anderson smashed into the boards as Danielle Butler picks it up. Gemesis is there in the middle, but Callum Bockus had other ideas. Got it to Fitzgerald, who turns beautifully. Tries to get it going forward, but couldn't. Was mobbed by the Melbourne defence. Dixon with it now for Brisbane. Crompton. One send forward from Cochrane. Dixon will collect it behind the net. Goalless in this opening stanza. 5 minutes left in the opening period. Both teams piling good amount of shots on net. 9-8, the Ice lead that category. Meyer with the save, make that 10-8 now. Brisbane started with an opening flurry. Their attack was brilliant, but just in the last couple of stages of this game, Melbourne have played that brand that won them the game yesterday, keeping that puck in that attacking zone for as long as possible. Take a look at this on the replay again. That shot there, another great save from Meyer, who's had the 10 saves so far in this one. Draw goes in favour of Brisbane here. Fisher tried to get it through. Here comes Fitzgerald now on the left-hand side. Brilliant pass to find Clinic. Couldn't quite trap it, but will try and get it on the second effort. Stolen away now. And Melbourne will press through Marnie Pullen. Tried to dangle around one, but couldn't. Was stopped. Godfrey to clean it back up. Godfrey looked for the extra pass. Went further with it. Here's Anderson. Anderson happy to dump it. Melbourne changed their personnel. Now they're pressing. Sent deep into Brisbane attack. It's going to come back for icing mode. 3 minutes 49 left in the period. Melbourne will choose the left-hand circle here. Fisher won that battle, but then Anderson picked it up here. Anderson behind the net, tried to put it in the slot. Davis Tope had a go at it, but Meyer was able to keep that one out. St. Amar finding Davis Tope, keeps ahead of the blue line. Creative pass to find Davis Tope now. Back to St. Amar at the top, who fires, but it's wide of the target. Fitzgerald picking it up behind the net now. Oh, beautiful pass to find Fisher out of defence. That was quality. Brisbane will change their personnel. Raimundo having to bank it out of there. Here's Butler. Crompton now collects it in a dangerous position. Crompton trying to get around one. Fires the shot, but it's to the right of the goal. Carlisle picking it up, cleaning up, sending that one forward. St. Amar now behind the net. Brilliant work to find Butler with the pass there. Mahoney will get back. Mahoney, one of the quickest in the league. Only a few others that I could think that is just as fast as Mahoney. Maybe Salmons from Perth. And on the left-hand side, Butler talking about speed. There's a penalty called there on that one. So it'll be power play time here for Melbourne. With that collision against Butler, so it'll be Crompton to spend 2 minutes in the box. So the final 2 minutes of the period, well, we've got 2:09 left in the period, and 2 of those are going to be power play for Melbourne. Let's have a look at that penalty there as Crompton just got underneath. Unfortunate for Crompton. Butler went over, and it's enough to send it to the penalty box. Godfrey at the top, winds up. Felt like she had an age to get that shot away. Melbourne looking to cycle the puck. Julian goes to Anderson underneath. Anderson now into the middle, is looking for centre ice there. Pullen has to work hard to keep this ahead of the blue line. Unfortunately can't, and will reset things for Melbourne. Cochrane heads to the bench quickly to get Davis Tope on. Anderson and Clinic will battle. Real goal-scoring lineup this for Melbourne in their power play. That one cleared away. Pullen. They pass wide. Julian picks it up. Now into the attacking zone. Julian has options in the middle. Decides to go alone. Fires and scores! A brilliant work from Julian to bring that to centre ice and get the shot away. There was multiple options for the pass, which made it so hard to defend. And Julian saw a small opportunity and snatched it. And Melbourne get their first, and it's a power play goal. Let's have a look at this on the replay. Julian then coming into centre ice there, saw the opening. Meyer unfortunately shuffled across just a little too far. Couldn't quite capture that in the glove. So as they did yesterday, Melbourne scored the first. I've been impressed with Brisbane's start to this game though. They've been much more attacking than they were yesterday. You can feel the goal for them is not far away. This next play is always important. How are you going to respond after receiving a goal? Clinic fires one. I like it. They haven't retreated. Almost attempt there. Cochrane to get across. One fleet forward. Here's Butler now. Had to come back to the neutral zone. Was concerned about the offside, but now Fitzgerald. Who's been looking to work that out of defence. Clinic has Jackwoods to contend with. Clinic does well to retain possession. Moving that one nicely. Pass into the middle. Best got a stick in there and pushed it away. And that'll be the end of the first period. We see the Melbourne Ice scoring late on that power play. They go ahead 1-0. Brisbane have been fantastic. That shot count at the moment, 13-8. I think we've got a much tighter game on our hands than we did yesterday. Make sure you don't go too far away. I feel this one is just heating up. Welcome back to the AWIHL coverage here of the Melbourne Ice taking on the Brisbane Lightning. It was a fantastic first period, a real attacking brand from both of these teams, which resulted in Melbourne having the early ascendancy with the first goal. Let's have a look at some of the stats that matter. Melbourne's, of course, they had that first goal. The shot count, 13-8, which is a huge improvement from Brisbane yesterday. They managed only 15 shots in the game total. Today they have the 8. Of course, penalties at the moment have been the difference as Melbourne scored on that power play. They have a 50% power play conversion in this game, with Brisbane giving away the 2 penalties and Melbourne scoring on that one. So Katie Meyer in net with a save percentage of 92.3, who's been fantastic. I feel has just given them a little bit of structure in that defensive end. However, Arthur did a fantastic job yesterday, which is great for Brisbane because it felt that they were pretty Katie Meyer-centric last season. So some 2 really solid options here. Let's see what the rest of this game has to bring as we get the second period underway. Brisbane bringing the noise on their bench too. They are ready to rock and roll. They've come out with a bit of a different intensity here in the second period. Behind the net. So already Brisbane in their attacking zone. Crompton with the shot. Best. Oh no, it's gone in! Best tried to save, but actually helped the puck to the back of the net. It looked what a regulation save, but in the end it fell through as Crompton scores the first for Brisbane in the second period to tie things up. Let's look at this on the replay here. There's Crompton receiving, there's the shot, and then unfortunate for Best trying to get it into the glove. Helps it through. Heartbreak for Best, but how good is this for the Lightning to tie it up? And Kayla Best has been her first start for the season, has been out, hasn't played the majority of the games. Melbourne have had a different look. They had Megs in net in their last outing against Perth. Michaela Pearce has had majority of the other starts, and this is Best's first game, and that sort of mistake she won't be happy with. But we know how good Best is, and that is just a rare blemish that she'll forget about pretty quickly. Fisher behind the net. But this could give Brisbane some momentum here. They have it in the attack again. Clinic against Jackwitz. Clinic puts that one into the middle. Fitzgerald couldn't quite stop it. Keep it in their attacking zone though. This is great positive signs from the Lightning. Goonan went down low with it. Now into the middle. Great work from Godfrey just to tangle the stick up of Fitzgerald. He couldn't get the shot away cleanly. Games can change so quickly in the blink of an eye, and now it's tied up at 1 apiece. Brisbane looking sharp at the start of this second period. Plenty of time in their attack. Again, under pressure here. Kelly kept that one at home for Brisbane. Melbourne eventually getting it out through Butler. Mayer was there. Crompton picked it up cleanly. Cochrane did a good job to trying to keep that one going forward. Mayer lending a hand. Cochrane, Crompton, Butler, they're all in there. Carlisle's there. Kalampokis looks to get that one out of here. Weeram's in there as well. Carlisle clears, but trapped well by Pullen. Navigates her way through. Pullen just ran out of room in the end. Have a whistle here. A player down. Looks to be Carlisle. The teammates calling for the doctor ASAP, who will be marched out onto the ice. Hopefully Carlisle's okay. Help to skates there. Maybe something on the leg, maybe potentially. Yep. So Carlisle just struggling to put any weight on that right leg. Carlisle, important piece of the Brisbane unit. So they'll potentially be one down. We'll keep an eye on Carlisle's progress and see if she returns. It looks like she'll go straight down to the rooms for some attention. And gets back underway. Mahoney. There's Anderson. Mahoney doing so well there, making it tough for Anderson, but Anderson wins out that battle overall and then pushes forward to the attacking zone, but offside is the call. That was a tight one. Being Davis Tope, who was just ahead of the puck. The play will restart. St. Omar navigates through, sends it in deep. Callum Bockus for the Lightning will collect it. Here's Fitzgerald. Beautiful work from Fitzgerald, just getting her way through. Then tried to fire the shot, which was blocked from St. Omar. It ended up hitting the netting above the glass, and we'll get a restart in play. So if you have just joined us, it was Julian with the opening goal for Melbourne in the first period. Then only moments into the second period, Crompton scored. And now we're tied at 1 apiece. And what's a much tighter game since yesterday. However, it was a slow start in terms of goals yesterday. Julian trying to dangle through, but was stopped in the end. Lost it a Clinic. Godfrey won that back and fires a shot, and Meyer with a fantastic save. Let's have a look at that here. The ice hockey Victoria replay. Godfrey fires the shot. Good save. Ball won by Melbourne. Cochran. Callum Bockus. Butler underneath. Great work by Dixon. Just tried to clear it. One sent back in. Fisher. Gets it out of there. Clinic looking for the forecheck. Cochran. Helps it on its way. Tried to find Butler with the pass. It ends up in possession of Fisher. Clinic. Here's Cochran on the right-hand side. Sends out one long. Fisher using the bank nicely. Then gets the pass to Clinic, who has to take on a few. St. Omar got a stick in there. Clinic got it back. And Clinic puts it home. Brisbane get another one. A beautiful goal from Clinic in the end, who did not give up. Had multiple defenders to beat. Let's take a look at this on the replay. This was fantastic. Clinic now in the attacking zone. It was a 1-on-3. It was a loose puck. Gained control and just put it in the top corner. And look at the celebration. Almost disbelief from Clinic. Well, if that's not a lesson, you never give up, never give in. I don't know what is for those youngsters watching at home. It was a 1-on-4. Anderson now fires that shot. Meyer with the save. Brisbane looking really good now. Davis Tope. Now Anderson, who fires one. Now, Brisbane could just be playing themselves into a little bit of form here. In the lead up to this, they only had the 2 games, so this is their 4th game for the season outside of yesterday. And for Melbourne, this is their 6th, so a little bit of different preparation, and Brisbane now just starting to find something. Could we see maybe some tired legs of the Melbourneites? They were road warriors at the start of the season, a road trip to Adelaide, then Perth, and then to back it up this weekend. And Brisbane were off last weekend after a home game in Perth. Now Julian fires. A beautiful save by Katie Meyer. Julian really thought that was a genuine opportunity. You could just see the look on her face after that shot. Let's look at this on the replay here on the right-hand side, then coming in. Brilliant save from Meyer, who was as cool as you like. One thing I liked about that save was the ability to get it in the glove and not create a rebound. But Brisbane all of a sudden in a commanding position on an away weekend. If they could end up with split points here this weekend, they'd be super happy with that. Perth at the moment are ahead against Sydney, so they're putting pressure on Melbourne for that top spot. Mahoney. Left-hand side to Brown. Tries to use the board. Mahoney to pick it up here in the corner. Almost kept ahead. Did in the end. That was great work from Dixon. Brisbane starting to rally more and more. Crompton with a shot. Melbourne are going to find another gear here because Brisbane are certainly coming. Costa sends it forward. We've got a whistle though. Brisbane in a healthy position now with a 1-goal lead and putting plenty of pressure on net. That shot count much more even in this game, 16-12. Funny how things can change really quickly. St. Amar tried to get it to Butler. We'll come back. Fitzgerald in the draw here. Gets Butler. Butler won that one. Back to Jackwitz. The deep puck here for Brisbane. St. Amar in defence having to get it out. Fisher doing a great job on the forecheck. St. Amar just got rid of Fisher there, but we may see a penalty. Certainly a whistle. I think maybe the goal, yeah, it was the goal that came off the mooring. It was the whistle. St. Amar just got rid of Fisher and Fisher went careering into the net. So the Brisbane bench are up and about and making plenty of noise. Exactly what you want, and they get another one! This time it's Fitzgerald! Brisbane go ahead with 2, the go-ahead goal! And again, creating something out of nothing. This Lightning team are becoming hard to stop in this one. Let's look at this. It was Clinic in the draw. Got it out to Fitzgerald, who went whack and put it straight home. Here we go. The Lightning now in a fantastic position. They go ahead by 2. Their first goal from Crompton was a mistake by Best, then Clinic never gave up. And then that one was a real goal scorer's goal by Fitzgerald. Here's Dixon as we run to get it to, who just helps it on. Everything just seemed to be working for the Lightning at the moment. That's icing. It's going to come all the way back though. Melbourne will have a moment to regain their ascendancy on the game. Let's have a look at this save earlier from Katie Meyer. Patted that one away. Pullen now fires across the face of goal. It's the half wall here. They'll keep it ahead of the blue line. Grigoglionis now on it. Back to Anderson. Great work by Crompton. Here's Weiram now, setting it forward. Fitzgerald, the most recent goal scorer, fetches it again. Good pass to link up. Costa, back to Fitzgerald, shoots. But it's over the face of the goal. The Lightning continue to crack away at the net. Melbourne now with an opportunity on the outer side. Brilliant work from Marnie Pullen, who has it on the left. Tries to scoop it home. But a brilliant save from Katie Meyer in the glove. Let's have a look at this on the replay. So Marnie worked through on the left, thought about going centre ice, then saw an opening. Tried to lift it home. But a beautiful save. So the halfway point here, or just ahead of the halfway point of the second period. Brisbane have scored 2. Sorry, they scored 3 in this period. Into the middle. Here's Costa. Melbourne now just looking for something in their attacking zone. They cycle it well. Shot goes across the face of goal. St. Omar sending it into the corner. Good centering pass. Shot fired from Julian, was just wide of the target. Godfrey collects the rebound though. He's still alive here for Melbourne. Godfrey now behind the net. Into the corner. Brisbane now through Clinic. Look to get it out of there. Beautiful pass from Clinic. Put it out into space. And flicked forward now. Julian has to take on 2. Julian likes this. Fires early. It was deflected. Cochrane was on it though. Cochrane in the corner here. He's been helping that one forward, but I think we might get an offside. We will. So it's actually a penalty. So it'll be the captain, Cochrane, who will spend time in the penalty box. Power play time here for Brisbane. So, oh sorry, penalties. Incidental penalties. Makes it still 5-on-5. Apologies. Anderson looking to move forward. Dutton has to get back here for Melbourne. Here's Butler. Here's Davis-Tote. Now Dutton. Here's Anderson. Scoops that pass out wide. Anderson has some room here to operate. Looking for centre ice. Costa. Davis-Tote to Butler. Butler working hard behind the net. Went over in the end. Fitzgerald got it out for the Lightning. Anderson didn't give up her mission to get the puck. Won it in the end, but they had to retreat ground. They find themselves in the neutral zone now, back into attack. Pass ahead, looking for Clinic, just didn't quite get there. Dutton cut it off, but Clinic has it now. Clinic fires, Best with the save. right in the glove. So Brisbane happy again. They've done that a few times this weekend. They had that player out on that blue line looking for that cheeky pass out the back. Dutton did a good job to get there, but Clinic won it back. A good shot on net and a great save. Brisbane have caught Melbourne napping a few times with that player out the back. And Mundo to Saint Hamar. Sends it forward. That one will be the offside. Tie work against the boards here. Puck battle ensues. Crompton with it. Stolen away. Julian fires towards the net but misses the target. Here's Fisher. Puck wanted back. Melbourne happy to send it in. Stolen away. Here's Julian at a dangerous spot. Lines up towards goal and scores! That's second of the game for Julian. Melbourne applied pressure, locked it into their attacking zone, and Julian puts it through. A little wave to the crowd there. I like that a lot. Let's have a look at this goal on the replay. There's the intercept, beautifully read, and easy as you like. Found it in the bottom left corner. Great work for Julian to score that one. Julian has the 2 goals today, which is her 7th for the season, which is even with Sarah Edney. Now, I don't know if Sarah Edney scored in today's game. However, that was Sarah Edney before her clash against Perth today, so could be one to look out for. We can check that at the end of the game as Kelly sends that long. Melbourne still find themselves behind, though. Anderson fires towards the net. Davis Tote picks up the rebound. Anderson now has it in the office. Looking for an option. Out to the blue line. Stolen away. Weiram did well. Pull and hit the deck, and Weiram wins it back for Brisbane. Melbourne win the battle in the end, and they're able to clear it away, only momentarily, as Goonan will go and get it for the Lightning. Winding just setting up here. Almost a good cross-ice pass. Jackwitz did well for the ice to get that one out. Butler gets through one, then fires the shot. Tried to go 5-hole, but a brilliant save from Meyer. Puck firmly against the board here. They'll try and get it out. Butler's in there. Cochran's there. And that puck's going nowhere, so they'll restart play. How good your little one there behind the goal, just banging on the board. Let's have a look at this save. It was a brilliant save from Meyer. Butler dangling through there and tried to go underneath, but Meyer just patting that away. Brilliant work. Katie Meyer's been fantastic between the pipes today. Here comes Mahoney. Using her pace, looking for something in the middle. Tried to get something on her best. Got a glove there. Just enough. Brisbane keep it in their attacking zone. Jackwitz short to Cochran. Here comes Butler on the right-hand side. Negated well. Brisbane now Crompton. Beautiful work from Brisbane here. Good pass to find Clinic. Under pressure here, look to get that one out. Clinic now with it. Clinic winds up. That one's blocked. Fitzgerald picks it up cleanly. Fantastic stuff. Fitzgerald puts that one into the low slot. Clinic now has been fantastic in this game. Continues to press and put pressure on this Melbourne defence. Fitzgerald picking it up now in the middle. navigating her way through. Great movement here from Fitzgerald. Can she find the pass? Butler putting some good pressure on. The two go at it. Butler, physical, put Fitzgerald into the board. Now they battle again. Fitzgerald gets one back. How good is it watching two superstars of the competition going head to head? Now into the middle, here's Goonan. Jackwicks has to get back here. Clinic looking for the forecheck. Melbourne looking to clear. Brisbane, Crompton got a shot on net. Best managed to get a stick on it and get it away. Cochrane, the captain, clears it. There'll be a race to get back here. Goonan did well, got there first. Cochrane exits the game, gets off to the bench. St. Amar picks it up now into the attacking zone. Weirun now has an opportunity. Julian has to work hard to get across, does. Manages to just get there. Julian now pressing into the middle. Has options, lays it off for Godfrey. Godfrey now looking to attack. Godfrey got around one, tried to get it home, but Meyer was brilliant. Another save. Well, officials will have a chat behind the net. And it's been awarded a goal. It was over the line. We'll have to look at this on the replay. Godfrey went at goal. It was there. Meyer fished it out from behind the pad. Now, linesperson was in the right spot. They've called it a goal. So now it's 3-all. Charlotte Godfrey, the goal scorer. That's a tight one. Well, Brisbane are not happy with that one. Costa's over there chatting to the officials. Marnie Pullen's in there as well, but the linesperson was in the right spot. They were right on the goal line. It's official, it's on the board. I don't think there's much you can do now to rewrite the decision. So now it's a tight game. It's been one of those days. Fitzgerald now. Got around one, beautiful dangles here, Fitzgerald, and then scores, gets one back. Unbelievable stuff. What scenes we have here as Brisbane retake the lead. And Fitzgerald, a fantastic goal. Let's look at this. The dangles there, oh, unbelievable. That could be goal of the season. Backhanded attempt, 5-hole. And then the celebration, come on. How good is that? This game is on. Grab a friend and get around the screen because this has got plenty of twists and turns left in it. Anderson sends it long. Here's Anderson in the corner now. Melbourne have to regroup. They scored one and then Brisbane just got one straight back the next play. Davis-Tope now into the corner. How will Melbourne respond here? Meyer with the save. For those just tuning in, it was 1-0 at the start of this period. Then Brisbane scored 3 in a row. And then Melbourne answered back. And then Brisbane got one back. Unbelievable stuff. Here's Clinic. Big collision there on the outer side with the Lecren and Clinic. Here's Anderson. Physicality has been turned up a notch in this game. The intensity has been turned up a notch. Both teams leaving it all out there. All heart, all courage as they collide again. St. Amar put that one into the middle. Brisbane now, Fitzgerald has a clean look at it, gets around one, tried to get the shot. St. Amar was out on her feet trying to stop that one. Fitzgerald here with the rebound. Just ahead of the blue line. Great pass. Shot there from Weirun was saved by Best. Fitzgerald trying again. Puck still alive. Melbourne have got to do a better job at clearing their defence. Brisbane will capitalise from this though. Dixon. Cycle it out to Fitzgerald who winds up and puts a shot towards goal. Davis-Tote now behind net. 2 minutes left of the period. Both teams will be looking for that break. It's been high intensity in this period. St. Amar put that on the outer side. Here's Dixon. A pass, looking for Butler. Didn't quite get there. Kalambokis to get back. We have too many players on the ice here for Melbourne. So Mayer will head across and serve the penalty. So power play time here for Brisbane. And not one you want to give away. Same thing happened yesterday. That's twice this weekend for Melbourne. Too many on the ice, so power play time for Brisbane. Can this give him the upper hand in the late stages of the period? Clinic. Fitzgerald to Mahoney. Left-hand side, Mahoney. Back to the top. Clinic trying to control it. Mahoney will have to get back. Brisbane attackers will have to retreat to the neutral zone. Crompton, good pass to find Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald did well. Crompton just helped it forward. Fitzgerald will have to fetch it here against Cochran. Butler comes to lend a hand. Wins the puck back for Melbourne. Crompton stops it in its tracks. Butler will be happy to see it wedged against the board there, but it came out in the end. Clinic to Mahoney. Mahoney now looking to press. Gets into the attacking zone. What can Brisbane do in the O-zone here? Half wall, Fitzgerald. Great pass to find Clinic, who couldn't quite trap it on the tape. Clinic now looking for centre ice, does. Fires the shot, Fitzgerald's there trying to dig deep. Marnie Pullen will clear the house for Melbourne. 17 seconds left in the period, 44 left on the power play. Fitzgerald up quick, Melbourne get the change. They've been caught napping here. Brisbane, they'll have to get back. St. Amar is there and clearing it away. And that's probably going to be all she wrote for this period, but what a period it was. Big changes in this period as Brisbane have the lead 4-3. We saw 2 Melbourne Ice goals in that period, but 4 Brisbane goals. High octane, high action stuff. We'll have 28 seconds left in the power play for the Brisbane Lightning when we return in the third period. But folks, do not go away. This is set to be an action-packed last period. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back after this. Welcome back to the AWIHL action, where we see the Melbourne Ice taking on the Brisbane Lightning. It's the Brisbane Lightning who lead 4-3. Let's take a look at the statistics that matter. There was a big period there. We saw 5 goals in that period. 21 shots for Brisbane. It's fantastic. It's a big response from yesterday. Penalties are 3 apiece. Melbourne have that 1 power play conversion. So interesting stuff for Brisbane. They've definitely responded to their effort yesterday. Now, remember, folks, they will start this period with a 28-second power play. But let's take a little bit of a recap for the game. It was Christina Julienne who got the scoring underway in that first period. They went up 1-0, but it was all Brisbane in that next period. Crompton, Clinic, and Fitzgerald scored the next 3. And then Christina Julienne got one back with Chana Godfrey, which it looked to be safe, but it was over the line. The linesperson made the call. And then Fitzgerald answered back within seconds, only 3 seconds of that first goal, did we get one back. Well, it says it 3 seconds there on the timesheet. But this game has got plenty of twists and turns left in it. It means a lot for Melbourne. If they win, they can get a little bit of space on the rest of their competition, as the Inferno look to be ahead of Sydney in their clash at the moment. But for the Lightning, well, they could potentially surpass Adelaide or be on even points with Adelaide if they can rustle a win here today. Third period about to get underway. The Lightning are bringing plenty of noise on their bench, exactly how you should on an away game. I like it. Let's see if the intensity can stay with the Lightning, because they were fantastic in that period. Up comes back. Clinic has to go and fetch it. There's Fitzgerald over here in support on the left-hand side. Finally gets it to Fitzgerald. Butler looking for forecheck. Almost got a hold of it, but Melbourne get it back here and they have it in their attacking zone. Cochrane comes bursting through. And they are short-handed, of course. Now we're back to even numbers. Apologies, that power play just expired. Backwards put that forward. Carlisle, beautiful pass. St. Omar did really well to win the puck back for Melbourne. Clinic. Godfrey now chasing. On the left-hand side, Godfrey tried to get the pass in. Clinic did just enough to get a stick there. Godfrey still in there as well. Rerun just getting that one out of there. Marty pulling. Great pass to go tape to tape on the other side of the ice. Centering feed now in the slot. Katie Meyer with the save. The rebound still alive. Second opportunity, third opportunity for Melbourne. Not quite there. Meyer sends it in deep. Julian has to go and get it. Does. Godfrey was there. Mahoney got a stick in there. Godfrey tried to slide that one in by the post. But Katie Meyer with a brilliant save. So Melbourne peppering the net early. Let's have a look at this here on the replay. Here's Godfrey there, creative work to get that one back and almost sliding that home. Unbelievable stuff there from both Godfrey and Meyer in net. We've been treated to absolute skills from both teams today. Anderson, Davis-Tote trying to go forward. Goonan will get back here for Brisbane. Davis-Tote had other ideas and went the other way. Got something on it. Fitzgerald tried to get it out of there, but couldn't. Sits here now for Anderson. Centering pass. Tried to find Davis-Tote, but wasn't there. Clinic will pick it up for Brisbane. Davis-Tote regains possession on the right-hand side. Plenty of action here from both teams. That 1-2 didn't quite work out. Clinic will pick it up. Trying to work it out of defence here. Clinic on the right-hand side, using all of her pace. Tried to dangle around, but great defensive effort there from Lecren. Fitzgerald working hard in there. Brisbane managed to keep it into their attacking zone. Here comes St. Omar. Big collision right in front of us here. Officials keep their hands down, no penalty. Here's Butler. On the right-hand side, working hard into the attacking zone. Another great collision in the corner. Butler now, wrap around! Katie Meyer was caught off guard! Danielle Butler scores! Katie Meyer temporarily lost track of the puck. And Danielle Butler was able to put that one home. Unfortunate stuff for Katie Meyer, who's been fantastic today in net. Let's have a look at this. It ends up with Butler. Meyer was looking the other way. Butler was able to score the wraparound. 4-all. It's just been one of those games. It's something out of nothing. Best was forced to save early there. Kalambakis will get back. So we're still locked in, tied at 4 apiece. Can Brisbane respond? Dixon. Marnie Pullen will get back here for the ice. Danielle Butler, the most recent goal scorer, collecting it and looking to move it out of defence to attack. Trying to go coast to coast. Cochrane come back to lend a hand. Cochrane's under pressure here. It'll fall for Kalambakis to Dixon. Great work, Godfrey. Putting it forward, Fitzgerald just laid Godfrey down. Now Fitzgerald taking off. Godfrey looking to catch back up, couldn't. Amar to get there, Julian. Looking to move the puck out of there. Julian now in the middle. Tried to put it into space. Goonan collects it for Brisbane. Now Saint Amar. Raimundo. Julian, beautiful pass to find Godfrey. Now Clinic collects it. Clinic has to take on a couple. Saint Amar skating backwards, did a good job to get a stick in there. Mahoney saw an opportunity, won the puck back, puts it down for Clinic. Beautiful work. Clinic in the pass to the slot, but the one time it just wasn't quite there. Brisbane happy to keep the puck alive here. He stretched the ice really well. Mahoney stayed at the blue line, collected it now into the middle of the ice. Puts it out for Costa. Costa got around one. Davis Tope in there, making it tough. Melbourne happy to send it forward. Dutton did well. And it'll be icing is the call though. It was going to come all the way back here for Brisbane. Let's take a look at this effort earlier. It's the icing call. No, sorry, that was the one from Godfrey, the hit with Fitzgerald. Apologies. Another save and we'll restart play. Let's take a look at this on the replay. That shot came quickly and they sat on it. Restart there in play. Here's Clinic. Melbourne looking to clear this in defence. Clinic gets the shot away. It was wide of the target. Fitzgerald picking up the rebound and sending that puck net bound, but it was deflected. Here comes Davis Tope now. Davis Tope has plenty of options, decides to go to the left-hand side. Marnie Pullen collecting it in the back of the net. It was a good pass to the slot. There's Tope sending that one forward. Fitzgerald picking it up now for Brisbane. Has Clinic on the outer side, who's got pace. Oh, great edge there by Clinic to stop and turn. Found the pass to Mahoney. Brisbane looking dangerous. A good shot, Best with the save. Beautiful hockey, great movement from Brisbane. Take a look at this on the replay. There was the stop. How good was this pass though? And then for Mahoney to collect, find centre ice and hit the shot. Now Melbourne looking to come back the other way. Jusemovic now with it. Fired early. Meyer patted that one into the corner. Pass into the middle. Cochrane ends up with it. Puts one net bound and another save from Meyer. Almost flicked forward. Great 1-2, back to Cochrane here. Crompton. Picked up St. Amar now, into the middle. Flies that one past the goal mouth. Another shot towards the net, another save for Meyer. Tense moments of the game here, 13 minutes left. That shot count is massive. Melbourne Ice 32, Brisbane Lightning 24. Both goaltenders have had their work cut out for them today. 4 goals apiece. Which direction will it go? Marnie Pullen tried with the shot. It was blocked. Fitzgerald picked it up well here. 3-on-2 situation. Melbourne get another number back to even numbers. Pass to the slot. The one-timer from Kelly wasn't quite there. Best ends up with the save. And a little bit of push and shove at the crease. Plenty of emotion in this one. Let's take a look at this on the replay here. Brisbane had the advantage. It was a great pass in. Kelly tried, and then the second effort on the rebound and the save. Fortunate for Brisbane here, it goes into the neutral zone. They'll have to retreat. Melbourne now on the attack, pass inside. Julian tried to get around one, just couldn't. Meyer managed to keep it out in the end. Now Brisbane are away here. Clinic has Crompton ahead of her. Clinic now enters the attacking zone, tries to find the pass to Crompton. Julian now on the attack. Has Godfrey on the left-hand side. Instead decides to shoot. It was a great block. Now Brisbane back in the attack. End-to-end stuff this. Lecren has to work hard to get to this for Melbourne. Crompton looking for the forecheck. Won it back. Beautiful play. Now Crompton tries to go goal bound. Couldn't quite. Davis Tope picks it up for Melbourne here. Had a battle against Mahoney. Won it back. Has St. Amar now. St. Amar goes across ice with the pass. It was great to find Anderson on the left-hand side here. Anderson fires, another save from Meyer, who kicks that one away. Costa trying to get it out of there. Picked up in the middle of the ice by Gemesis. Fitzgerald now with it. Decides to just put some calm on the game. Stopped and propped and waited. Found the pass to Brown. Brown happy to dump it. Brisbane will change their personnel. What a shift that was from both teams. It was high energy. Rerun now, getting into the board. Big collision there in the corner. Marnie Pullen bounced back straight on her skates and was able to fight with the puck here. Now they'll look to clear it away. Goonan on the left-hand side. Here's Dutton. Did well. Anderson. Meyer happy to trap that one and stop play. 10 minutes and 47 seconds left in the third period, and we are locked at 4 apiece. There's Meyer happy to trap that one, resulting into the draw in the attacking zone here for Melbourne. Cochrane behind the net. Had to put that one into the low slot. Wasn't quite there. Fitzgerald was calling for the pass ahead. Fisher gets it now. Sends it deep. St. Amar and Fisher battle away. Danielle Butler comes in. Takes the puck. Now Melbourne attack on the right-hand side. Good pass to find Butler. Butler now in the corner, has Cochrane there waiting. Butler behind the net, puts it out to the blue line. A shot from distance is blocked. Great work from Raimundo, who just got a piece of that one to slow the puck down. St. Amar will get back. Melbourne changed their personnel. Here's Julian, fresh, comes into the middle. Julian trying to dangle around one, was forced to go to the left-hand side. At the half wall now. Just kicks that one forward as Julian had no stick. How creative was that? Meyer with the save. A beautiful glove save as Baker was there fighting at the crease. Let's have a look at this pass here from Julian with the foot. There we go, with the skate, just kicked it ahead. Had to retrieve to get the stick, and then that pass to come into Baker with the shot. And a brilliant save by Meyer. Pulling. Sent it low for Melbourne. Costa's in there battling away. The captain for Brisbane, Fitzgerald, will have to get back. Julian beautifully went and got it. Gave her team a chance. A backhanded look at goal, but it went over the intended target. Now into the middle. Great pass. Godfrey send it low. Now Brisbane through Mahoney, tried to get it out of there. Mahoney pulling, sent it deep, long. Melbourne changed their line. Anderson comes on. Numasevic comes on. Davis Tope is on. St. Amar is on. St. Amar send that one forward. Anderson looking to get there on the outer side. Davis Tope waiting for it in the slot. Costa's there to protect for Brisbane. Anderson holding on to it. Fires. Meyer with another save. Costa cleaning up. Sending it away. St. Amar on it now for Melbourne. 8.5 minutes left in a game that's been absolutely action-packed. You really feel it could go either way any moment. Both of these teams will be very dangerous. Davis Tope puts one goal-bound. Back out to Davis Tope. Fires again. Meyer brilliant. Another good save. Anderson with it now. Sends it long. Melbourne cycling it well. St. Amar tried to burst through. Couldn't quite handle it. Kalambokis clearing, looking for Kelly. St. Amar keeps ahead of the blue line, just. Anderson fires, a great block. Brisbane defence under pressure now. Melbourne have had it in the attacking zone a good couple of minutes. St. Amar again keeping ahead of the blue line, shot fired, a great bodied save, and it's through! Meyer got something on it, but it came through. The deflection from Anderson works out, and Melbourne break the deadlock and go ahead 5-4. I think that goal will be awarded to Davis Tope. We'll have to see that on the replay. It was a deflection nonetheless. Let's see here on the replay. St. Amar kept it ahead of the blue line. There was that beautiful block. Davis Tope with the shot. Beautiful work. It was there. Anderson with the shot. Davis Tope was there as well. Fantastic stuff. Melbourne take the lead. So Fisher sends it forward. Now all of a sudden Melbourne wrestle back the lead. How will Brisbane respond here? Cochrane sending that one deep. Costa appeals for a penalty from the Brisbane faithful. Fitzgerald came in and picked it up. Fitzgerald moving very quickly now. Unable to catch Fitzgerald. Great pass to Clinic, who tried to fire, but it just went across the face. How good was that from Fitzgerald? Mahoney fires, it ricochets towards goal. Melbourne now will attempt to get it out. Now onto the attack. That one wide of the target. Costa in some space now, looking to set up play. Almost a brilliant pass to find Mahoney. Mahoney's quick, gets around Lecren. Now Mahoney has it, but there was nobody there. Brisbane were changing their line. Anderson looking to pick it up here. Now into the middle, left-hand side, Anderson. Julian. Good and quiet, Crompton. Anderson got it back. A brilliant gutsy play. Looking to shoot. That one was deflected. Lecren. Round for Brisbane. Back into the middle of the ice. Here comes Lecren. Quinn, great pass to find Godfrey. Now Julian and Godfrey, they raffle it off. But Meyer with the save. So just under 5.5 minutes left. Shot count at the moment sits at 39-28 in Melbourne's favour. And Brisbane get one back. Goes forward, Fitzgerald. Look to clear it out of defence. Anderson looking to burst through, does. Anderson just lost that one. Fitzgerald was fantastic. Still handling the puck well. Here's Clinic on the left-hand side, stopped. Clinic was fantastic there, then fired. Defenders put their body on the line. Anderson had to shoulder that one away. Fisher came sliding in. Fitzgerald won it out for Brisbane. Gives them another opportunity to go at goal here. Out to the blue line. Goonan tried, couldn't, was stopped. Goonan sends it deep. Marnie Pullen will fetch it now for the Melbourne Ice. Brisbane changed their lineup. Marnie Pullen with some intensity came at it. Costa, Crompton, to Mahoney, stolen away. Dixon will pick it up here for the Lightning. Raimundo, happy to try and clear it away, they do. Here comes Butler on the outer side, Crompton cut that off though. Cochran, firing, that was blocked. Brisbane now looking to set up their attack. Tried to get through to Crompton, Butler got there. Semovic send it forward. Cochran. Dixon to get back behind the net. Send it long. Pack stuff there. We see that big hit there to Marnie Pullen on the replay. 3 minutes and 18 seconds left. Both teams playing with a high intensity. Can Brisbane get the one that they need? Here comes Fisher. Alone though. Has to wait. Melbourne looking to get this out of defence. Marnie Pullen in the middle, but Clinic picked it up nicely. Clinic's been fantastic this weekend. Julian has to get back there. Fitzgerald has been elite also. Dutton with the clearing pass. Goonan stopped it, but it only went as far as Julian, who now enters the attacking zone. Julian on the right-hand side. Backhanded shot. Meyer with the save. Mahoney was there to clean up for Brisbane. Now Mahoney can use her pace to get out of here. Trying to look for Clinic with the pass. It just went too far. Dutton got across. Brisbane happy to dump the puck. Fitzgerald will look for the forecheck here. There's Mahoney as well. Both Mahoney and Fitzgerald trying hard. Clinic also up as well. Here's Anderson. With those three up, it means numbers aren't back. Anderson had it and sent it long. Meyer thought about playing the puck, but instead killed it in the end, and will have a restart in play. Gives both teams an opportunity to get some fresh legs out there. Now to get into the final 2 minutes. And we're going to get a timeout. Brisbane will call a timeout. There's 2 minutes, 11 seconds on the clock. They trail by 1. This gives them an opportunity to draw a few things up, and you feel, well, they've got their backs against the wall. They need the goal, so they'll probably roll the dice here, play a little bit more aggressive. You saw in one of those last plays before the timeout, they had their 3 forwards up looking for the forward check. Clinic, Mahoney, Fitzgerald. It'll be interesting to see what personnel they come with outside of this timeout. It gives them an opportunity to get a breather into their first line. But for Melbourne, on the other hand, they all want to play their natural game, though. You feel they won't go into a full defensive mode. They could still have an opportunity to score, but they've got the advantage. Time is their ally, and so is the scoreboard at the moment. So Crompton, Fitzgerald, Clinic, Costa, and Mahoney will be the lineup here for Brisbane. So that line was on the bench prior to the timeout. Called that timeout. They get pretty much their #1 goal-scoring line back on. The draw was a tight one. Meyer was there. Butler puts it home. Brisbane were unable to clean the house, and Butler sees the day. That's got to be heartbreak for Brisbane. And how good was Danielle Butler? Let's look at this on the replay. Out of the draw. Butler tracked the puck. Unfortunately, Meyer didn't clean it up, and Butler comes through and makes it official. 2 ahead now, but plenty of time left. Danielle Butler does it again. Behind the net, here's Anderson. Melbourne are hungry maybe for another one. Anderson puts that one towards the goals, but it hits the back of the net. Brisbane try and keep it alive. Davis Tote with it now. Has Butler in the slot. Anderson now in the office. Clinic is there. He's sandwiched against the board. They're happy to waste as much time as possible. Only a minute and a half left. Anderson out to the blue line. Here's St. Amar. Back to Anderson. Went through the legs of Butler, but this gives the opportunity for Mahoney to use her #1 weapon, which is her pace. Mahoney tried to flick that one. He was deflected. Costa kept it ahead. There were shouts for offside, and it was. Minute 06 left. Can Brisbane do the unthinkable and get 2 back? Or will Melbourne hold on? Fitzgerald, Crompton, Mahoney, Costa and Kalambokis out there for Brisbane. Officials just making sure everybody's in the correct position. The draw is won by Brisbane. Costa with it now, sends it in deep. Marty Pullen happy to get back there. Under a minute left of regulation play. Mahoney. Here we go, Godfrey, Baker. Costa picks it up, the captain, looking for options. Had Godfrey working hard behind her. Did really well by Baker to send it forward. Costa will get back there. Under 40 seconds left. Costa unfortunately went over. This gives an opportunity for Julian. Puts it into the slot. Godfrey couldn't quite get it. The shot comes from Dutton, but that's blocked. 25 seconds left, Brisbane. They've got an opportunity here for Fitzgerald. Goes to the left. Now Fitzgerald fires the shot, but that one's blocked. Great defence from Melbourne. Dutton to get across. Godfrey. Now looking to press in the final 10 seconds of the game. Godfrey with the dangles. Oh my! Oh my! But the shot was missed. How good was that from Shana Godfrey? Melbourne end up getting up. They win this one 6-4. Brisbane, though, you've got to be proud of that effort. That was a fantastic game from the Lightning. Melbourne were just classy in the end. They'll get the victory. They get the points on their home opening weekend. Unbelievable stuff. But Brisbane, they've probably faced the 2 best teams in the competition back-to-back with Perth and Melbourne. And they'll learn a lot from this weekend. They were unbelievable, a fantastic effort from both teams. That second period was a real memorable one. We'll remember that for a long time. But it was all Melbourne today with the victory 6-4. For Melbourne fans, they'll be back. Their next home game will be Sydney here at the O'Brien Icehouse. Let's have a look at the point scorers for this game. For Brisbane Lightning, it was Lindsay Clinic with a goal and the assist for 2 points. Anne-Marie Fitzgerald had 2 goals for 2 points. Mahoney had an assist, Crompton with a goal, Abby Brown, Amanda Dixon with the assist as well. And for Melbourne, your point scorers were Anderson with 2 assists, Amelia Davis-Tote with 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points, Danielle Butler with the 2 goals, Christina Julianne with 2 goals and 1 assist. Your points leader with 3 points for Melbourne, Cochrane and Marnie Pullen and Saint Amar with the assists. And Shana Godfrey also scored a goal as well. Well, what a weekend it was. Melbourne won on the Saturday 5-1, and then on the Sunday it was 6-4 to Melbourne again. They secured 2 wins. Make sure you check out all the AWIHL action during the week on YouTube. Watch the replays. Make sure you click and subscribe. And a fantastic job. And what a weekend it was. Big thanks to everyone here at the O'Brien Icehouse and the Melbourne Ice. It's